Hello, my Battlefield minions. I am going to spend this entire 24-minute video talking about Battlefield, or at least that's going to be my goal. And I may do some gameplay talking and just some talking in general. You're going to hear it anyway, so why tell you what I'm going to say? I'll just say it. This is a 24 roughly minute game of Conquest, and in 24 minutes I get 17 kills. And for those of you who play Battlefield, that may not sound shocking to you, but those of you who are newer to Battlefield may think that sounds kind of dull, kind of slow, but that couldn't be further from the truth. There's always something going on and always something to do, and that's what makes it a very unique and special kind of game, and so much fun. First, we'll start off with the sprint for the attack chopper here. Could be kind of that's an aspect of pretty every Battlefield game, is the wait for choppers to spawn. But Battlefield 3 mitigates that, making them spawn points, and there's a lot less. I haven't seen any griefing for the aircraft, and I've seen very little people just sitting around waiting for it. And every now and then you see it, but it's a lot more rare than it was like in Battlefield 2. Bad Company 2 wasn't horrible because there weren't like jets and stuff to wait on, but in Battlefield 2 proper on PC, people would sit around on the runways waiting for jets and attack choppers all day long. So you get buzzed by a chopper here, but not so in this game. And here I'm searching for this other chopper. I'm finding out in flying, even in jets, that choppers tend to be a very big threat, simply because they can hover and pivot and lock on if they've unlocked the anti-air missiles like I have here. They're a threat to jets, especially, and a helicopter battle really comes down to who sees who first. Assuming two pilots roughly know what they're doing, it's generally who sees who first. This guy kind of overran, maybe wasn't as good, and maybe he didn't have a gunner like I did. But chopper on chopper is usually who fires first if both people are equally balanced. But a chopper can actually harass a jet extremely well just by hovering and watching it fly around. Because if a airplane wants to attack a jet, it has to either do a gun run or do get a missile lock. But the missile lock's range isn't extremely far, so you have to be pretty damn close to the chopper to get a lock on. So here's my chopper takes some missiles, probably from some ground fire, and I immediately drop into action. Action Jackson dives out of the helicopter, sees the guy, takes him out, and helps capture the point. I spend the rest of the game on the ground. I spend some time in a little time in some vehicles, but let's talk about Conquest. Conquest is the Battlefield mode. I believe it's, I didn't play Battlefield 1942. I didn't get into the series that early. I started at Battlefield 2, actually. Well, no, that's not true. Battlefield Vietnam was my first Battlefield game, which came after 1942, but before Battlefield 2. So Battlefield, EA and DICE considered Vietnam more of an expansion to 1942, and not as much its own game, even though it was very much its own game. That's why Battlefield 2 is labeled its proper successor as Battlefield 2. Get crushed! Oh, ho, ho, ho. Roadkill! That's an example of a time when a laser will get you killed. That guy kind of drew my attention with his bright red light. But yeah, Battlefield 2 was kind of the proper Battlefield successor in 1942. Then Bad Company. Well, actually, there was Battlefield 2 Modern Combat on consoles, which wasn't really... I never played it, again. But it was essentially a modified, ported version of Battlefield 2 for consoles. And then Bad Company, and then Bad Company 2, and then Battlefield 1943 is a downloadable game. Excellent Battlefield games in their own rights. None of them really lived up to the enjoyment I really had with Battlefield 2, to be honest, as I get my buggy disabled by that tank, but at least I got away from it. Now it's time to loop back, because it's going to try and capture that point. Never really lived up to Battlefield 2 in my mind. Battlefield 3 has gone beyond and exceeded it as the first proper sequel to 2005's, I believe is when it was. Battlefield 2. It is definitely filling that that gap of excitement. It is everything I really wanted it to be. And I was worried, having spent the last half a decade playing COD, that the larger maps, the more vehicle gameplay of the Battlefield series would kind of bore me to an extent. Like, I was worried it would get too slow paced. I kind of had that feeling a little bit with Bad Company too. And Bad Company I never really got into. The controls were just weird, and I believe that was kind of during the heyday of COD 4, or at least it may have been when World at War was out and I was still playing COD 4 anyway. But anywho, Battlefield 3 is the proper successor, and Conquest, coming back full circle, is the Battlefield mode. Rush is a excellent addition. Rush in Bad Company and Bad Company 2 didn't quite live up to its potential, but Rush in Battlefield 3 plays much better, just because the game itself is much more polished. There's much more to it, much more addictive, and but Conquest is the mode, so that's what I'm playing. And I tend to drop into Conquest when I'm playing alone, because as an individual it seems you can have more impact on the game and more success and more ability to win a game where maybe your teammates aren't as effective, although my teammates do pretty decently in this game, if I remember. Not as well as me, but don't hide behind that rock. That's where I'm going to end up hiding at some point. Anyway, but Conquest tends to be what I play more when I'm solo, just because I have more chance to get an impact. And in a perfect world, every Battlefield game would be a bunch of organized squads, people talking to each other, an entire squad of 4 working together to complete an objective, while another squad of 4 works together to complete another one. Like on a map like this, where there's 4 conquest points, and on consoles where there's, I believe it's 16 players per team. Or maybe it's only 24, so maybe it's only 3 squads of 4. Anyway, you essentially assign a squad to a point. But as you'll see here, C and B I essentially take to be mine through the rest of this game. So so instead of having a squad per point, you end up getting me in 2 points, and sometimes it's enough, especially against an unorganized other team and with good cover. But anywho, again, yeah, I like to play Conquest solo. Rush is an excellent mode, but you either have to get lucky with a halfway decent team. You can have some success on your own, but essentially the entire team is the entire enemy team is guarding a small area, and by yourself you're not going to have a lot of success. So Rush is better played with people you know, or randoms who will actually talk to you, teammates essentially. I haven't played any team deathmatch in Battlefield 3, and I think there's another game mode. Well, there's the squad game modes, but Battlefield is, to me at least, is not a team deathmatch game. It shouldn't be. It's about a battle, and a battle typically is about achieving an objective and not just about murdering everyone you see. So that's where I get a lot of my enjoyment out of Battlefield, is doing stuff like this, where I'm being a sneaky beaver, recapturing this point after the enemy team rolls through, or even playing a little cat and mouse with a tank, capturing the point, hiding out on a rock, and sneaking around and re-getting that capture, and just playing the game, you know, kind of the way it was meant to be played, and just so much fun. I almost never get angry at Battlefield. It's just always, for me, just non-stop fun, something to do, exciting, and at the end of the night when I'm playing Battlefield, I always am disappointed I have to stop. I always want to play more Battlefield. Not so with a game like Call of Duty. And it was true of Black Ops to an extent, but a lot with Modern Warfare 3 as well, and definitely with Modern Warfare 2, where there are some nights on Call of Duty where you just you can't do anything, and it's just completely rage-inducing because of connections or bad teammates, and it just gets overwhelming, and it's just so constant. So the faster pace even just exacerbates how much bullshit you experience. So you know, where in a game like this I'll die 5 times in half an hour. In a game like Call of Duty, I can die 5 times in 30 seconds. and that's a lot more stressful. So Battlefield feels a lot more like give me yo dog tags, don't lay under that truck. Feels a lot more like playing a game and using strategy to achieve an objective. And Call of Duty feels a lot more like almost a sporting event, right? Like it kind of gets you in more of a competitive mood. You get more revved up, but you get discouraged a lot more at setbacks, especially stuff that's not your problem. So if you kind of think about Call of Duty and lag, that's kind of like if you were playing a sport and the other team kept breaking the rules, but they never got penalized for it. So I'm trying to keep it sport and specific here, you know, for my European subscribers, because you guys don't watch American football. Anyway, so yeah, it just, there's a lot of stuff in Call of Duty that's just not your fault. And very rarely in Battlefield do I feel like I died because of something that wasn't my fault. And at the end of the day, when it comes to as I shoot up a teammate here, when it comes to playing a shooter online, that's really what I want at the end of the day. When all things are said and done, if I die, was it my fault, or did the game give the other player an advantage, or did it just screw me over? And rarely in Battlefield does that occur. I'm gonna try not to get lost in a comparison here, but the point of that is me reminiscing about how much I love Battlefield for what it is, which is a strategic game of war, of a battle, and not an arcade Twitch shooter. So they're very different games, and I enjoy each depending on the mood I'm in. But yeah, enough about that. I love Battlefield, and I always love playing it. That said, I think I've put so far about 28 hours into Battlefield 3, and I put that in a short period of time. I did that in like 2 or 3 weeks, which may not seem like a lot for for some of you out there, because excuse me, Gatorade. Because some of you may have more free time than me. You know, I don't know how much you people. Wow, that's really condescending stuff. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, all you fine folks may or may not know, and I'm gonna do a Q&A, Wheezy Q&A video here before too long. I'm gonna post a video and say, hey guys, ask me questions, and then I'm gonna do another video where I answer your questions. That's not this video, but for what you guys know, I'm 27-year-old professional software engineer. God, that sounds pompous too. I'm a code monkey, and I have a full-time job. So I also have a wife and a child, and a second one on the way. And that occupies a good amount of my time. Luckily, my wife is awesome, and my daughter is getting a little older, so that I have a little bit more time. But after we put her to bed, I get approximately, but not always, about 2 hours a game of playing online a night. So I get home from work, help take care of my daughter, you know, do the whole dinner thing, you know, spend the evening with my family. Daughter goes to bed at about 8 or 9-ish, and then I usually get on and I can play till about 11 or so before it's time for me to go to bed, get my 6 hours of sleep, and get up and go back to work. So, you know, it's the grind of being an adult, but I love it. I wish I had more time for games, obviously, but who doesn't? But you gotta earn that dollar, you know, and you gotta provide for your family, and that's the most important thing in my life. And gaming is I don't even know if it's in the top 10. I do love it, but there's so many more things important to than playing video games. But that said, when I only get about 2 hours a night, at 28 hours in 2 or 3 weeks, you can kind of see how that's me. I was stealing some extra time, like in the evening when I get home, when my wife's making dinner, or maybe I can get my daughter to watch one of her shows on TV, and I can sneak in a match or two of Battlefield. That's kind of the mode I'm in. With Modern Warfare 3, there's been less of that lately, but still the desire to play. It's it's the desire to play the game, feel like you're you're having some fun. You know, number one, feel like you're having some fun, and a lot of that is chasing that carrot, you know, that low-hanging fruit. The unlock system in Battlefield 3 is better than any previous Battlefield game by an immeasurable amount. I'm 28 hours in. I'm not anywhere close to even having a single kit finished up. I do balance my play a lot more maybe than the average player. I got split pretty evenly. I haven't spent a lot of time in recon since switching over to the retail game. In the beta, I was pretty much even on everything. But yeah, I just, you know, there's a lot to do. They've kind of picked up on the World of Warcraft grinding, the Call of Duty unlocking, that kind of addictive nature of giving someone something else that they can aim for, you know, a small goal. Because, like with Bad Company 2, when you were rank, I don't even remember, it was either early 20s or maybe even late teens when you unlocked the final weapon in that game. And then all you had to do was rank up, and the ranks like took a long time between them. The top rank was 50, but you didn't really have any reward other than reaching that next level. So it lost my interest, and I don't know, there just was something a little, what the French would call a certain, I don't know what, je ne sais quoi. It didn't quite grab me, and especially when it had stiff competition. Grab and stiff, really? Okay. Stiff competition, like Call of Duty. Oh, excuse me. It really needed to step up and perform to get my attention, and to be honest, Battlefield 3 hasn't, I don't want to say it hasn't won me back from Call of Duty yet, but I'm at about, when I'm recording this, which will be probably a week before I post it, because I'm building up videos for you guys while I'm on Thanksgiving vacation. I'm at about, like I said, I'm at 28 hours or so on Battlefield 3, and about 16 or 17 on Modern Warfare 3. So I've got some catching up to do with that, but also, you know, it's very addictive. But I'm almost actually at top rank, Modern Warfare 3. Yeah, they have the 10 prestiges. I'm not planning on prestiging in Modern Warfare 3 at all. Mainly because 80 ranks is quite a ways. But additionally, I mean, because the way kind of at the rate I'm at now, we're probably looking at about 20 to probably 24 hours at least. Probably a full day per prestige. Because I'm a level 72, I think, right now, at about 18 hours. So, and the you know, the levels do scale for ranking up, you know, when you get higher. Slower when you get higher. Get away from my shrubbery. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna stop there. Because I got prestige points from the previous COD games. I had 3 tokens because I'd never prestiged in COD 4, which you'd know if you guys hung around. So I got 3 creative classes, which is what I cared about. So I've got 8 now, and I'd like to have 10, but it's not worth 2 prestiges for me. And I've heard rumors that you might be able to unlock prestige points through means other than simply prestiging, which kind of makes sense if you think about it, because you can buy 5 creative classes, and I think there's 3 or 4, like 3 unlocks for like titles and emblems, and then the rest are like unlocking weapons and stuff like that. But it seems like you could use more than 10 tokens, especially if you want to get everything. So say you get to the top rank and you spent your tokens on double XP and now you can't get the creative classes. I wonder anyway, if there's a way, especially if there's a way to get extra prestige tokens without prestiging. I'm definitely not doing it, but 8 kits is good enough for me. But I'm a level 72, and there's still, you know, probably 8 or 10 guns in that game I haven't even touched. I've been trying to rank up the ACR, or not the ACR, the M4 all the way, and I basically set up my kits with certain weapons, and I've been trying to rank them up as I use those kits, and I haven't switched. So like I'm ranked 72, and I've never used the ACR on a kit. I just haven't had a chance. I've got let's see, my first kit's got an M4, my second one's got an MP5, so I haven't really used. I've used the PP90 a little bit. I haven't used the P90 at all. I've used the UMP a tiny bit, you know, but a lot of MP5. I've used the CM901 a little bit. Why am I talking about Call of Duty? Anyway, the point is that I think I'm going to have quite a bit to do on that game without prestiging. And like what I did on COD 4 is I unlocked everything and completed every challenge without prestiging, you know, and got all the camos and all the headshots and all that crap. So I doubt I will achieve that on Modern Warfare 3, because there really is a lot of stuff to do and some really tedious tasks they want you to do. But you know, that will give me at least something to shoot for, like COD 4 did, that doesn't require me to prestige and use weapons and ranks that unlock. So, still talking about COD, Battlefield 3, obviously is going to have many more hours of me to unlock stuff, and many more opportunities for me to get addicted to it. Oh, I am addicted to it. But, once I max out that rank on Call of Duty, I'll probably spend a lot more time in Battlefield, just because I won't be chasing that carrot quite as much. And I have gone back to Battlefield a couple of times since Modern Warfare 3, mainly because Modern Warfare 3 sometimes just makes me so pissed. I just want to break it. And I go to Battlefield, like the other night, oh, I just was getting shit on all night, shitty connections. Sometimes the matchmaking wasn't even really working. I was just bullshit death after bullshit death, and I was, you know, patented Wheezy Rage. I was absolutely pissed. Get out of there! Tiny little behind him, just my rock. Stay away from B. Take your LMG. I think here I realized, wait, I can just give myself ammo and go get my good gun back. I stumble onto this guy. Get knifed. So, anyway, I lost track of what I was even talking about. Oh yeah, I was raging really hard at it, and I put in Battlefield 3. I played one game of Conquest. Didn't even do extremely well. I led my team, but they weren't doing great. I don't think we even ended up winning the game, but it was just fun. You know, I just was relaxed and enjoying it. You know, oh, just Battlefield 3 is like therapy. You know, like there's a funny video I saw. I try not to do any name dropping. Anyway, I saw a video that kind of compared the different Call of Duties to different kinds of girlfriends, and I think about that between Call of Duty and Battlefield. The Battlefield girlfriend is real laid back and cool and really intelligent, and real, you know, she really makes you think and really challenges yourself, and never really unfair. Just an all around, you just love hanging out with her. Oh, can't wait to hang out with her again. But Call of Duty is this smoking hot, crazy ass bitch, and like she is sexy, and every once in a while she will just rock your world. Like, you'll just have a night and just hours you'll just be having awesome fun, and then some nights she's just not in the fucking mood and she might stab you. Like, it's you know, just fucking back up or I'm gonna fucking cut your dick off, like that kind of thing. So just moody hot bitch, and you see her and you're like, she's got so much potential if she would just stop being such a fucking bitch all the time and stop wearing those stupid ass fucking fake nails, which is, anyway, that's so yeah, it's kind of what it feels like, where, you know, the crazy bitch and then the cool chick, and you know, I'm an equal opportunity kind of guy, so I'm gonna give them both some attention, and I'm gonna really hope that my wife never watches this commentary, because she'll stab me, because she's kind of the crazy bitch sometimes. She's not a bit. I didn't. God damn it. Oh. Anyway, this game is drawn to a close, and so has my life and marriage. I hope you guys weren't too weirded out by my random rambling. 17 kills, 2 deaths, 7,000 XP. I was capturing those flags over and over. Maybe that was boring to watch, I don't know, but that's Battlefield, and it's a lot of fun when you're playing it. Maybe not as fun when you're watching it, but anyway, I could just ramble on for hours, but this video is about to end with all these ribbons. Ribbon. Ace Squad. So I guess I'll wrap it up here. Look forward to more stuff from me. I hope you guys have fun with this kind of stuff. I don't get to do commentaries a lot of the time, but I'll try to do more if you guys care. I'm not going to stop the live gameplay commentary because it's easy and I love it. But yeah, I love Battlefield. She's a cool chick. Talk to you guys later.